It's really about claiming your power, is taking that leap all the way into I am source, I am the divine, I am that I am. I'm the only thinker in my mind, and I'm the only person who can make decisions.
Welcome to Spiritual Rockstar Podcast, where world-changing spiritual entrepreneurs come to deeply awaken the power within to bring forth their greatest purpose, while enjoying being in tune with all life and real wealth in all aspects of their lives. I'm your host, Daniel John Hanneman. Hi, Dan. Oh my goodness. I am just in love with the fact that we're reconnecting, and the background you have there, by the way, is amazing. I'm just so grateful.
Hi.
Hello.
Yes, yay, thank you. I'm so happy to be here, and I'm super excited about everything you're doing right now too. So thank you.
Yeah, so as part of becoming a spiritual rock star in 2025, you were definitely one of the people that leaped up on my awareness. Everybody's awesome that comes on my podcast show, but you like, boom, one of the people, and for sure. And so I know, like, every time we talk, you're one of those people. Every time I talk, I feel like we could just talk for hours. There's so much we could dive into, right?
Yeah.
And so, yes, I wanted for you to share, to help people in this during these times, right? During these times, like, how can people, claim more of their power and really, really step into something entirely of a new quality and dimension in this new year? Because I was just talking to one of my clients who's very adapted to with energy and all this stuff, and she says, "Yeah, we need to double down on our manifestation tools this year because it's going to be so good," and all this kind of stuff. And it's just a quality, and it's like there's something new dawning, right? You look at your background, you get that vibe, and because people have talked about effortless manifestation for a while, right? So that part isn't new. You feel like there's something new we're stepping into. So I just wanted to start there, and anything you want to share about your background leading up to this, but what is it that we're sensing, because there's something coming up.
Well, you're right about the idea that we've heard about effortless manifestation, right, for a long time. We've heard all this stuff over and over. I mean, before The Secret and before that, and people in the 40s and the 20s, and, like way back to sacred.
Sure.
It's always the same message underneath it all. You
Yes.
are source. You're the deciding factor of your reality. You have to embody it. You can't just act it out or hope for it. The more you manifest it by seeing it out there, it's always going to stay out there. So it's really about claiming your power, is taking that leap all the way into I am source, I am the divine, I am that I am. I'm the only thinker in my mind, and I'm the only person who can make decisions. So my thing was not effortless. I could say that my life was, I was told, I was programmed to work hard, right? To suffer a lot, and to strive and chase and pursue and try to be good enough and try to figure out what everybody else wanted. So it was, I think most people's lives are about unraveling that, about finishing those patterns. And because now we have an energy, you have to realize, like, we're in the middle of the metamorphosis decade. We talked a lot about it in 2020, right? Oh, it's this new decade. Oh, it's this time that's been prophesized forever. It's a big societal reset. It's a big transformation. And yet now we've gone through pandemics and all kinds of crazy shit. And now we're sitting here and we're going, okay, now we're thinking that we have to get used to it, but we're only in the middle. So we're in the middle of the metamorphosis, right? We've already gone in, created the cocoon as if we were a caterpillar, and now we're turning to goo. We've lost our identity, our form, our ideas, our ego wants aren't pleasing us anymore. We know really deep in our hearts that this chasing, wanting, craving, all this craziness, running around trying to figure it out, being overwhelmed, over obligated. This doesn't it's just like more war doesn't manifest peace. More chasing, more pushing, more forcing actually stops your manifestations from coming you, literally, in the sacred divine laws. So my life's been, going through my own ups and downs. And every time there was a down, it was like, well, what the hell now, right? Like, what's new? What's under that? What does this mean? What's the mystery behind that? And, like you, seeking out a subtler layer, an energetic layer, a spiritual layer, whatever you want to call it, to that whole idea that we're not just a body. So, as divine and human, we are the people, we are the thinker, and that manifestation can be effortless, but it requires a shift in your self image, bottom line, right? So, becoming something different is not going and telling everybody else what to do.
Mm-hmm.
Right. In fact, that's, I mean, other than obvious things like, I would like, to order, the plate number 2 at the restaurant. You got to tell the lady, okay, don't just sit there. Oh, do you feel my radiation? Oh,
Right.
right. But other than that, going directly to people and telling them what to do and how you want them to be, that doesn't work because
Yeah.
they're a reflection of you.
Right.
So this effortlessness is difficult for most of us who've been programmed to chase and work hard and not feel good enough and have to strive, and that it's going to take time. And we're
Right.
shrinking that, we're flipping that, we're wrinkling time now. We don't need all of that. And so when you understand certain things, like for me, I kept saying, well, what's underneath that? What's faster? What's more fun? While being aligned to what's optimal in finding the solutions to why is this falling apart. Well, you're being liberated, you're being freed. Maybe you don't know why you just lost your job and you're going, oh no, I lost my job, and making a big sad thing about it. And the universe is like, we're trying to get you to go over here, it's what you want, it's awesome. Like, you
Right.
know so there's this combination of changing who you think you are, what you believe, and then how you live. Where is your head? Is it plugged into, toxic information on the web and social media? Do you talk to too many people? Do you not have time for yourself and spirit to speak? And so there's so many easy, simple ways to shift into effortlessness, yet it's a inner shift of knowing that you have that uh, divine nature. It knows what to do. You're like a seed, right? If you would give yourself the right environment, you'll prosper, you'll grow.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, increasingly, I just really cannot stay with news stuff. Like I've had cycles in the past where no news. I don't even watch it. I don't watch any
Uh,
news, and then I've gone through cycles where honestly, I watch a lot of news. I'm like, I want to hear, I want to get into, I want to be informed or what that whole thing. And now I'm back to where I started in the past. Like I'm like, that's living in the old world. You keep guys keeping up with this. So
yes.
it's not that there isn't things going out in the world to be aware of. I mean, like one of my
Yeah.
teachers said a long time ago, he says, if something's going on in the world you need to be aware of, you'll find out about it. You don't need to
You
keep
will. I
into
promise
the
you. I
news.
haven't watched the news pretty much my whole life, but intentionally
Wow.
for probably 30, 40 years. And before that, I
Yeah.
wasn't really into it. I don't do any of that. I live very away. I live with palm trees and coconuts and Chris and cats. And I am
Mhm.
very careful with what I feed my head, what I feed my environment, my energy, everything. It's like if I don't take care of that, how do I expect to attract, manifest, and live inside of peace and harmony if I'm not in peace and harmony? If I don't figure out what that feels like for me and actually start to embody it, but we've all been told you can't have what you want, and there's like kind of an inner fear that something's going to happen, some consequence if you're like, well, I really want this, and then you get it, and it was easy and it was fun. So
Right, right.
the work that we do is it looks like miracles, it looks like magic, and all magic is following the laws of the universe, understanding that you're playing a game and it's not a lot of fun if you don't know the rules. Now everybody's running over you and back around and you're not having much fun if you're playing a game that nobody's giving you the actual rules. And
Hmm.
so for me, I was taught to work really hard and to
Right,
strive, and then maybe you would get some approval. And so unraveling people pleasing and,
right.
all of that stuff over many years of my life. um,
Right.
and now living in this where I am so aware that I am actively in a creative flow with divine intelligence, with sacred wisdom. All this stuff is flowing through me. The laws of abundance are working for me. There's nothing that's not here already. But if I'm all in my head worried about something over there that has nothing to do with me, or I'm watching the news and arguing with people, I'm creating more of that. That's what the basis of Ho'oponopono is. If you're
Right.
aware of it, you're creating it. So you say, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to create that war, help create that war, right? And
Mhm.
you let go of it. You
Mm.
forgive yourself. You forgive the whole idea of it. You're not forgiving any person in particular. But this is, you know, Dr. Len healed an entire ward of criminally insane people without ever seeing them in person. There were no
Right.
pills and there was no shock therapy and there was no talking on a couch. It was him erasing, literally dissolving and disconnecting his focus, right? Your attention, then the energy goes there. Then you're creating more of it. The longer you talk about it, the more energy it grabs. And pretty soon you're a part of that whole thing. And we think, oh no, I'm just being informed because that's what we were told.
Do you want to meditate and make money? Let it be simple. Let it be easy. Let it be fun. Go to yoursacredpurpose.com and get your free meditate, make money meditation today.
Right. Let's learn about this problem. Let's go deeper with it. Let's get really curious.
I
And
have to stay
fascinated
aware.
about. So,
Yeah.
so that's isn't that what it's probably somehow related to one of your three what do we call them? Three steps or what?
Yeah,
Right? Three
that the
divine
divine
laws.
laws,
Like,
yeah, of abundance.
right? Like it's this whole thing. Like what you get fascinated about starts manifesting magically. I mean, yeah, it really, right? I mean,
It
so
does.
yeah.
It is pure magic. It's miracles. My life now is I'm constantly aware that I am in every moment I'm just programming, healing, releasing, becoming. I'm in a constant metamorphosis every day, unfolding, and I take care of what I think and what I do. And my belief system now has been shifted to a state of believing that miracles and magic happen all day. And it's just like this, like, oh, what's this email? Oh my gosh, look at that. Like, oh my gosh. Like walking down the beach, I walk on the beach every day, and I was walking the other day and I was pondering this, like really getting deep into that idea that, well, if I am source, I am the I am, and I am the not the creator, but the manifester. I am saying what I want, and then it'll come because the universe will say, oh, okay, let me find that. That's over here. The GPS coordinates are over here. Let's go there. And I said, I like rainbows. I'd like to see more rainbows. And I keep walking down the beach, and then about 3 minutes, I look out and there's a rainbow out on the horizon.
Of course, right?
Just, that's like a fun, silly thing, but you can play with that to show yourself that that is what you're doing. You're in a conversation, right? So one of the laws of abundance that I think people don't understand and is counterintuitive to what we're trained with, we just talked about, was work hard, and chase it and all of that, is the law of least effort and time and the law of reverse effort. So these are scientific and physics based, Newtonian, as well as quantum physics. There's also based in sacred texts, right? These are all agreeing now at this time. And basically, there's a point when effort moves you forward. And then there's a point when the results start to drop off, right? If somebody gets tired and they're pushing a boulder up a hill and they suddenly start going really slow and they're not making much progress, that happens in physics. But we're taught to keep pushing, to keep going, to get stressed, to worry. There's just never enough and we can't get there. And then so you have that working against you. So if you're out there chasing and trying to make that money and you're doing all that stuff, then you're probably at least some of the time in a frustrated loop of disappointment and craving because you're chasing something. And guess what you're telling the universe? I don't have this.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
You're literally saying, I don't have this. I've got to chase it. I've got to work hard for it. And the universe says, okay. Whereas if you went, oh, it's effortless, it comes to me, the timing is right, I just stay present, I stay focused on what I want, you shift out of that. The other thing is that it's another law of the universe and science that the best way to do anything, and this is what nature does, is with least effort and least time. So we're told, well, it's going to take you 5 years to pay your dues, or, it's going to take this long to do that. And yes, of course, there's certain things that we haven't quite figured out how to speed up a baby, in a womb or something like that. But in general, it's there already.
Right.
It's right there. It's like behind door number 3.
Well, we could do that, but it may not be our desire, right? When it gets into the divine desires, it's like, what are our divine desires? What are we getting fascinated by? Because I'm sure there's a shaman. I always say there's a shaman in the bush that can make anything happen, so to speak, so make it happen. But you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Bring it into realization. Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
and
grow it
you
up
are
overnight.
that, and you are that. You are that shaman. You are that
Yeah,
magic. You
it's
are
true.
that
True.
healer. You are that communicator, and that's when you get in the present moment.
Mhm.
You're not worrying, chasing, dragging stuff, right? You really get into that present moment, and there's some really amazing things that happen. But if you realize, well, least effort and least time is the opposite of what I was told you have to
Right.
do to succeed.
Right.
Right? So, and you sit around and think it's not about being lazy or being mad if things don't just fall in your lap while you're watching TV. That's not what this is about. You have to take inspired action, but you don't run around like a crazy person. Oh, I got to do 15 different things and I got to, well, no. So the shift is really profound. And then the other one is that it's already done. It's already here. It's already created. So literally, it's like you're in a store or a museum where the scene that you want is there, and everybody's sitting there like, right? And then you decide, oh, I want that. I want to go to Paris. I want to drink cappuccino at this cafe. I want to go to this museum. And you see yourself there. You are already there. There is a you. You wouldn't be hearing this in your heart. And we're also taught, well, that's like a frivolous want. Well, why don't you let yourself have whatever you want? What would we be like if we had a whole world of happy people?
That's just exactly. We got to follow those true desires. I just think there's some the whole idea you have to earn it and all that. I'm guessing you have a process. We're going to talk about the third one in a bit, but I think you have a process that will help people experience more of this, right? So do you want to
Yeah.
share that with everybody?
Yeah, let's see what comes through.
Cool, awesome.
So the idea is to breathe yourself down into the moment. Okay, so we're talking and you're probably like tingling, your little mind's going out and looking at these concepts and having a reaction or something. So just breathe yourself right down into your heart and then down into your belly and then sit in your sacral like a little Buddha. So if we just move around our little bit, and as you're doing that, you're feeling your body, but you're noticing that your body is different than you, your awareness. And then you relax into the space and sitting down here in the sacred center. Just start to expand your feeling of yourself outside your perception of your body, your skin, and expand into your aura. Expand your awareness out as if you are this little you sitting in your sacral center. You start to reach out to your whole body, your organs, your meridians, your muscles, your nerves, and your chakras. You feel as if you are inside of this amazing, living being, all these energies moving all around. This manifestation of you is your vehicle. Now you come all the way down and sit here in your sacral center. Declare to yourself, I am that I am. I am that, and I am this, and I am anything that I wish, because I am the divine operating power within me. I am now ready and willing to accept that I get to choose, select, prefer, and release that wish, then live within it and let it come to me. So feel and think and allow. What is your dream? If you had the power, if you reclaimed your power, what is that? Your voice, your ability to think about what you truly love, to listen to your heart, to express your creativity. What is freedom? What is personal power? How does that feel? Let it rise within you. It is already there. Acknowledge it. Call it forth. Conjure it from within your light body and ask it to rise within you. Now, bless yourself. I bless myself with the wisdom. Awaken my ancient memories in my cells, mind, and spirit bodies. These memories of these ancient laws, the processes of manifesting and alchemy, they're all here within me at my fingertips. You feel your fingertips tingling. I now embody the divine law of least effort and time. If you do this, you must let go of the beliefs living within you that it takes time and effort. Are you willing to let that go? Then sign the release papers and push the button, and it's all gently released. Now you feel time bending, ideas for easy pathways. You know that your future is lined with all kinds of ideas, wisdom, guides, and more that you never could have imagined to align you to your wishes fulfilled. Now, take out the part of you that believes it has to work, sacrifice, struggle to be worthy, to be successful, to be loved. Now, allow the law of reverse effort to come in and saturate this part of you. Realization that you're actually working against yourself. You're working 2 or 3 or 5 times too hard and blocking what you're seeking. What you're seeking is already here within you. Come home and sit in the stillness. It is already done. It is already yours. There are 0 limits, 0 time, 0 effort required. Only you and your willingness to take back the reins. Now take this next step as you come back into your body. Free yourself from your old identity. It is already done. I am already rich. I'm already happy. I'm already powerful. I already speak up. I already have beautiful, kind people in my life, supportive people, wonderful clients, friends, harmonious relationships, all that I wish is in harmony and blesses everyone. And because that is only me, and it is already done, I accept and step back into my body and my life. Free yourself. And as if you're landing from a trip, landing with new wings, landing with a new light code within you, tingling and moving around, this wisdom is going to start unlocking habits, patterns, thoughts, beliefs. You're going to feel things freeing, things coming up in your face, things showing you new ways, new perspectives. The world is expanding, and you are being lifted up. Welcome home. Be sure you take time to anchor this, take notes on this, and repeat this. And you can take these laws, these ideas, and ponder them, think about them. Imagine where they are operating in your life, that they limit you, and where could they operate in your life where they would free you, liberate you, empower you. So this is an embodiment exercise to feel it, bring it in, and have a personal experience with these, as if these words have an essence or a conscious being that is embodying them. And then we give great thanks to this beautiful moment, to the energies, and may this circle be open yet unbroken. And we reconnect and carry this divine love and light with us, radiating out, following divine intelligence, living in peace, prosperity, and presence. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
All right, all right, all right, all right. Okay, yeah, that's very, very beautiful, wonderful. I got some massive downloads myself, and I felt so amazing and great. And I imagine everybody did too, as well. That's tuning in. So that's really great. You even got your third law in there and everything if you listen back. So it's better to take it in at that level anyway, right? Ultimately. So
It is, yes,
that's
yes, yeah. We
really
just did
embodied.
one like that on my YouTube channel where I was going to teach some of these things, and it came through as a complete, like a healing session instead of like, here's the lesson, it was just like
Right.
whoosh right into the experience. So
I mean, it's kind of a no-brainer, but like that's what I'm finding too with when I'm teaching. I'm like, well, let's just do a meditation on this.
let's
Take it in
just
deeper, right?
experience it. Yeah. And then, here's if you need this words for it, here it is. But yeah, there's so much information now
Yeah,
that I think that people have developed a little bit of a resistance to hearing more information. And
yeah,
so when you experience it, you go in with your own reasons, your own desires, your own interest. To me, I've always been that kind of learner. If it applies to something I'm interested in, then I'm like, ooh, let's eat it up. If it's just some random fact somebody wants me to memorize about something I don't care about, not working. you know,
right,
who
right,
cares? Why would I bother? So, but
right.
yeah, you want to share anything you experienced?
Oh, I just it was around, for me, often it's business intention. So I just got like that, without getting all the specifics here, but like just yeah, just that I got downloaded that, and I've been
Nice.
knowing that certain ways I'm making everything too hard and way too difficult. When honestly, if I was my own client, like I tried sometimes I try to switch to chairs. I've done all kinds of it's not the same. It's not the same. But so
Yeah.
if somebody if I went in and coached someone else, it'd be easy. I'd be like, the
Yeah.
answer you're looking for is easy. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
Oh
Exactly.
my
Right.
God.
Uh-huh.
through your guidance, like me just tuning into what was arising. It's like this, boom, boom, boom. So,
Good,
oh yeah, that's
good.
really, really magical. So I really appreciated it so much. And so everybody, definitely, you want to be working with Nan. I know I want to keep connecting with Nan more, right? So, Nan, I know you have a free gift for everybody too. You want to share about that?
Yes, absolutely. So we have everybody probably has heard of the violet flame or the violet light of fire, and it's the seventh ray of creation. It's been used on the planet very outwardly, and Kuan Yin embodies it, and Saint Germain, and there's a lot of people that talk about it and use it. So what's fun about working with the rays of creation is that they're conscious rays. I even call them like ascended masters. They're conscious, and color has harmonics that are healing, right? And they match with earth energies, and they activate certain things. And the more people on the planet who have called in the violet flame, or have done ceremony with it, or how long it's been a part of our history, the more tangible it is, the more powerful it is for people to feel and sense it. So it's one of our really powerful, simple, basic tools in light body work, is to you work with it, talk to it. One of my clients had been with me a few years, and she just told me recently, I was on her podcast, and she said, I'd worked with a violet flame before, but never the way that you teach it. I had never spoken to it. I'd never related to it that way. So it's, I think, about a 30-minute, audio with music that guides you through connecting with the violet flame, understanding the qualities, the embodiments, the powers of the violet flame. There's many levels, but primarily it's transmutational, right? Which means that it completely dissolves or burns away and reform something. It's shape shifting. So if you're ready to say, oh, I'm done with this pattern, I'm done with this, I'm shedding, I'm going into the year of the snake. I'm shedding this old pattern, this old identity. It's doing nothing but creating more of that stuff I don't want. And you bring the violet flame in, it's going to be working with you, with your mind, with your body, with your aura. It's moving through us up and down. So it's a violet flame cleanse. And we give you a chart of all the rays of creation so you can see their different powers and qualities.
Awesome. Awesome. It sounds really great. I've listened to some of your different processes and whatnot. Like, I think one of them I've talked to you about before is the one with the elevator. Maybe you've done a number of elevator ones, but the elevator ones, different.
Old, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was a long time ago, but
Yeah.
I still remember that. And then I remember, I like those elevator meditations, and I remember doing some for my clients. Like, not the same one as yours, but like my own version, right? So, but yeah, definitely, if you enjoyed this, you're gonna enjoy the free gifts for sure. So take advantage of that. And I just want to thank you for coming on and sharing this gift. This amazing gifts. Thank you so much, Dan. It was really awesome.
Thank you. Thank you too. And thank you for this, bringing everybody together. And thank you to everybody out there who cares about, share Daniel's work, do all of this stuff, bring it into your life, bless yourself. You deserve it. And remember, repeat anything that really resonates with you, because it's going to keep going deeper and support you.
Yes, absolutely. All right. Thank you so much for listening to Spiritual Rockstar Podcast. Stay tuned for our next upcoming new episodes each Saturday. Please be sure to subscribe, rate, and review to help us to serve you best. As a reminder, you can get your free Meditate and Make Money meditation at www.yoursacredpurpose.com to rock your sacred purpose. Goodbye for now, everybody.